So just a stone's throw from Knoxville is a hidden gem called Maryville, Tennessee. And on today's video, we're going to talk about what makes Maryville such a fantastic place to live, work, or play. So Maryville is located about 15 miles south of Knoxville, and it offers really great and easy access to West Knoxville as well as to downtown. So from downtown Maryville to Market Square in downtown Knoxville is only about 18 miles, which is about 30 minutes or less depending on the time of day. If you need to go to West Knoxville, you need to go to Turkey Creek or any of those areas, you're about 22 miles from Maryville to those areas, which also, because of the roadways, is 30 minutes or less. So does it really matter whether you need to go to downtown or whether you need to go out to West Knox or wherever? Maryville is very uniquely situated with its own community. So first up on the list of things that we want to talk about as it relates to Maryville is its education. So education is huge in Maryville, and Maryville is home to the Maryville City School System. And according to niche.com in 2023, this is the #1 school system in the state of Tennessee. And it's not only #1 for its students, but it's rated #1 for best teachers, and it's also rated #1 for athletes. So not only is education usually important, classroom here in Maryville, but athletics is also very, very high on the list of things that are important here in Maryville. So whether you're looking to move for an academic reason, athletic reason, Maryville has something, especially in their school system, that's huge. Maryville is also home to Maryville College, and Maryville College is one of the top-rated private colleges in the United States. So it gives it a really cool vibe. Maryville College is in downtown Maryville, and it's really centrally located, so it gives you, the benefit of being able to do continuing education as an adult here, as many folks like to do at certain parts in their life. So if you're someone who values education highly, whether it be for your children or for yourself, Maryville is a really good option. The second thing you want to consider in Maryville as a real plus is its medical facilities. So Blount Memorial Hospital is located here in Maryville, so you do not have to go to Knoxville if you're looking for major medical care for a major hospital. You also don't have to leave Maryville if you're just looking for the daily colds and flu. There's plenty of urgent cares, plenty of general doctors, general practices here in Maryville, as well as other types of things such as dentists, eye care, all the things that you would need on a daily basis. There's specialists that are here. So you have everything from a medical standpoint that you should need for the regular things, illnesses and whatever, on a daily basis right here in the city of Maryville. So the third thing that we want to talk about Maryville is our parks and our recreation that are outside here in the city. So, Maryville is located literally at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains. So you have all the great Smoky Mountains National Park that you can get into, easily accessible, but you don't have to do that. If you look behind me, you can see Sandy Springs Park. You can see people shooting basketball, the kids playing. There are walking trails throughout the city and throughout the town and throughout these parks. There's multiple parks here in Maryville. So it's a real outdoorsy place. And so if you're someone who enjoys a place to go walk or bike, or a place if you've got children to bring the kids, it's a real kid-friendly town and lots of things for those kids to do outside, then you would really also want to consider Maryville as a possible place to call home. So Maryville is not just a fantastic place to live, it's also a really good place to work. So if you're looking for a job when you transfer or move here to Maryville to consider this home, you've got lots of opportunities. We have a lot of large employers here. Denso has a large manufacturing corporate headquarters here in Maryville. You've got Clayton Homes, Blount Memorial Hospital, the college. We've also just added the corporate headquarters is just about to open here in Maryville for Smith & Wesson. Lots of opportunities for employment here in Maryville. It continues to grow really good. And if you're a teacher, the Maryville City Schools are not only one of the best schools in the state, but they're also one of the highest paying schools in the systems in the state of Tennessee. So lots of economic opportunities and job opportunities here in Maryville if you're anyone looking for a job and when you do move to East Tennessee. Let's talk about the lifestyle and the amenities that are here in Maryville. So not only is it outdoorsy, not only do we have a lot of parks and those types of beautiful things, but we have a lot of really good restaurants here in Maryville. So Maryville is, home to tons of the big box chain restaurants, but you have lots of smaller restaurants, locally owned restaurants here. You've got the Smoky Mountain Brewery, you've got Calhoun's, you've got restaurants such as the Walnut Kitchen that are just top-notch restaurants, and there's many many more that you can find. So, you don't have to go to Knoxville to eat. Actually, a lot of folks in Knoxville, like us, come to Maryville to eat at times. So it's a really good place for a foodie. It's also a great place if you enjoy wine. There's some really good wine bars. If you are someone who enjoys a local brewery, there's multiple good local breweries. They're located here in the city of Maryville. So there's lots of opportunities for anyone who enjoys going out and having a nice dinner, those types of things here in Maryville. You also have a lot of daily conveniences such as grocery stores. I mean, you don't have to go to Knoxville to do that. There's a new Publix being built right now here. There's a really nice Food City. There's a really nice Kroger's. You have all of your major stores basically that you're going to find, from your Targets to your Walmarts, your Home Depots, all your fast food chains, your Starbucks, lots of great local coffee shops. So you do not have to leave the city of Maryville to find all of those daily conveniences. Now, Costco is not here in Maryville. I know I'm going to get that question, but it is in West Knox, which is less than 30 minutes. So if you need to run over to Costco, it's easily accessible. It's an easy drive, but you do have all the daily conveniences that anyone should need, from grocery stores, places to shop, or places to have a cocktail in the evening. Next, very important topic I know to many of you who are watching this video, and that is real estate. So real estate prices, the median price of a home here in Maryville is $370,000 as of the end of July. And that places it in a very competitive position with all the areas that are around it. The good thing about Maryville is this: if you're looking for real estate in a new subdivision, maybe on a small site or with amenities, if you're looking for a townhome, you can find that here in Maryville. If you're looking for something that has a much more rural feel, you can just get slightly outside the city here in Maryville and pick up some really nice views, some much more sustained, more mature subdivisions and things like that. So you can feel like you're in a much more rural area than you really are, but you can get that feel. So the great thing about Maryville is that you do kind of have something for everyone. You have a price for everyone. I mean, there's the multi-million-dollar homes here in Maryville, and there's a ton of homes for young families, starter homes, homes for growing families. So there's a lot of different types of real estate available here in Maryville. Now, currently, Maryville is no different than Knoxville or any of the other places around the country right now that are areas of interest for most folks, and that is we have an inventory shortage. So here in Maryville, you're not going to have an abundance of homes to choose from. So it's very, very important that you start the process early. Watch some of our other videos on that. You find someone who's been in the real estate business for a long time who you can trust. Hopefully that's going to be me. And you let those folks help guide you through the process and find the right home for you. Not only the right home, but the right home for you in the right location, so that home lives the way that you want it to live when you leave. So, one of the most important pieces is the real estate piece here in Maryville, and it is fantastic. And you get a little more bang for your buck than you're going to over in most areas of West Knox. So, if you, like I said earlier, if you're someone who's looking for certain school systems or those kind of things, great area. So there's a quick rundown of the positive things here in Maryville, Tennessee. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, guys, I hope to see you around town really soon.